What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we have episode 3 of our F1 2016 mobile career mode, and we're going to be at the Chinese Grand Prix. In this episode, on screen now is some footage of the last episode in Bahrain and that crazy start. So I would strongly advise you go and check that race out before you see this one, because I'm going to spoil it now. We got our first points of the series, which we actually secured a massive result. We finished P4, so that was very unexpected. Got into Q3 for the first time as well, so Bahrain was a great race to make up for the disappointment of Melbourne, obviously, in the first race. So we're going to be in China today, and without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Be sure to like, share, subscribe if you're excited, and let's jump into the Chinese Grand Prix.
Clock ticking down, the drivers have a few minutes before the race event starts. Welcome to the Shanghai International Circuit for the Chinese Grand Prix.
So here we are then on the grid in China. We managed to qualify P10, so we got through to Q3 on the harder compound of tyre though. We're going to start on the soft tyre and see if we can one-stop this race. This could be very interesting, but now revving up to 5 red lights here for round number 3 of the season. And it's lights out and away we go here in China, and it's a very poor start for me actually. I didn't manage to get the power down at all well, and now there's Carlos Sainz de Toro Rosso on the outside of me, and that's Kvyat, the other Toro Rosso there, barging through. That was Raikkonen on the grass there as we go through the long loop. Alonso's had a fabulous start from P15. He's all the way up into P8, but now still making contact with Kvyat. That's the thing, the AI won't give you space. They stick to the racing line and just squeeze you off the track if necessary. So it's not been a terrible start. We've only lost 1 place in the end, but as you can see, we're heading through the first sector and not much has happened. So I'm gone for a mixed setup on the car today, so we can get a little bit of speed hopefully through some of the corners, because it's a twisty middle sector, but also so that we're not too slow on the straight. So that's what we're aiming for, and it's going to be a one-stop strategy. So let's see how we're going to get on today here in China.
Safety car, no overtaking, reduce your pace.
This is huge! You just saw the message from Jeff. We're only on lap 2 of the Grand Prix, and the safety car has been deployed for the first time in this series, and now you get to see what a safety car is actually like in this game. So somebody has DNF'd from the race, and we're not sure who it is. Unfortunately, we won't find out till the end of the race, but obviously this is just the auto queue now. I'm not in control of the car at this point. This is what the computer does for me. This is just the way that the game controls you under safety car, so it just spreads the field out, which is why it's not always a good thing, but yeah, it can be very interesting. You saw Sainz absolutely flying past me on the straight there, and obviously because the AI are just OP on that back straight normally. But anyway, I'm only back in control of the car now, so somebody's coming to the pits. But look, we've lost a whole heap of time to the cars in front. That's why it's so frustrating. Sometimes I just call it the safety car glitch, because it's not even a glitch, it just stops all the field and then backs you up and then one by one lets you go. So if anything, it strings the field out more, especially in this early stage as we're only on to lap number 3. But anyway, we'll find out at the end of the race who is out. I'll let you guys now, if you're thinking you can have a guess on who it is. But yeah, let's just resume the race and see what else is going to happen, because that was unexpected, I tell you that. But again, just moving on to the point that the AI are OP, this is lap number 4 on the back straight. There goes Raikkonen and Jensen Button on me. But the AI always brake really early for this really tight hairpin at the end of the long back straight. So that just allows you to sort of re-overtake them if you can. So as long as you're far enough at the Anting Stadium section heading on to the long back straight, then hopefully you should be okay. This is the next lap and Raikkonen is all over my gearbox. I don't know if you could see that in the mirror. However, we're putting pressure on Carlos Sainz and I'm all the way up into P7 because some drivers are already pitted. We're obviously going for the one-stop strategy here, but now we're going to get Raikkonen sending it down the inside again. I'm going to have to brake to avoid Carlos Sainz, but I'm going to have to go deeper into the corner to leave some room for Jenson Button, who came through in the end, so he must have got past Raikkonen as well. So I'm going to try to fight that, but it looks as if Button has got the place for now, and it's still Kimi Raikkonen then all over my gearbox. However, at the end of lap 6, these tyres are already really starting to wear, so I'm going to try not to mess up the pit entry, and we're going to make our one and only stop here in this Chinese Grand Prix. I always find that pit entry is really difficult to master on this game. The tight corner comes up way sooner than expected. Anyway, we're going to fit the medium tyres and we're going to go to the end of the Grand Prix and we're going to put a tad more downforce onto the car just so we're slightly quicker in the corners. I know I say the AI are quick on the straights and I could go for a very aerodynamic setup that's more related to top speed. However, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to favour downforce in the corners through the middle sector, and hopefully maybe that can rely on us to make some moves. Anyway, we're into the pit lane now and we're going to emerge in P14, so it's not too bad. I'm fairly confident we can still get points, especially if some drivers are yet to stop again. We just need to maintain some consistent pace and we should be okay. That's Romain Grosjean now absolutely flying past me. We've got all the way to lap 9 because I'll be honest, nothing has happened really. But Grosjean, and then there's Magnussen. I'm going to hang it round the outside of the Haas again because he broke really early, and I've been slowly catching the Renault of Kevin Magnussen, who's still on the super soft tyre for the last few laps, and my pace has actually gone really well, and we got a great exit out the last corner. DRS wide open as we go on to start lap number 10, and we're going to just not be able to quite get close enough to the Renault because the start finish straight is a little bit short. But up into the loop section, I still feel like the AI are relatively good at this circuit, so really the odds are probably against us. But still, we just need to keep pushing, see if we can force a move in on the Renault as soon as possible. Once more we cut to the back straight on the very same lap. I managed to get DRS on Magnussen, but Grosjean must have DRS times 3 to be able to get that speed, but he moves in the brake zone very suddenly there, and I just had to swerve to avoid him. I don't know if you noticed that. That was so dangerous from the Haas driver. I'm expecting Magnussen to pit. Yes, he does. So Kevin Magnussen is in for his final stop of the race, I presume, possibly onto another set of super soft tyres. But now looking at the mini-map in the top centre of your screen, there are some cars in the pit lane, and that's now promoted me up into P9. So as it stands, we have 2 points against our name. However, the AI on fresher tyres, most likely on a softer compound as well, are going to be much quicker than us. So we're going to need to see some of my best defensive work in action if we're going to secure these points. Again, this is Felipe Massa fresh out of the pits on those new super soft tyres. I'm not even going to try defending against that, but Massa moves in the brake zone straight back onto the racing line, and you know, they broke super early but then just move across into your path. So in the end I managed to re-overtake him, but Massa tried to have a look inside there up into the final corner. So this battle isn't over yet. We've got my teammate Sergio Perez in the pit lane again, so Checo probably not going to score any points for the team once again today. And this is now the Red Bull of Daniel Ricciardo just exiting the pits in front of me, so that shows I'm a whole pit stop behind the Red Bull and certainly not going to be able to keep with him because he's on fresh super soft tyres. And I'm going to have a quick time lapse just to see how much pressure Massa's putting on me, and now this is going to be a very unorthodox place for an overtake in the end. I'm starting to feel the effects of tyre wear on these mediums and his fresh supers. To be fair to the Brazilian, that was a fantastic move to get past me, and this is now coming towards the end of the penultimate lap. You can see they're sort of 3-4 wide ahead of us now. This is Raikkonen, 2 Red Bulls and Massa and a Toro Rosso. But I'm going to go clean round the outside of Raikkonen there. I was a little bit naughty because I went all the way off the track, but then again Raikkonen tries to have a look in the final corner, but I immediately closed the door on the fin as we're now going on to start the final lap of this Chinese Grand Prix, and we're going to cue another time lapse here just so you can see how much pressure I get put under now by Danny Kvyat. So looks like Kvyat got past Raikkonen as well, and he tries to go for a move there into turn number, I think it's 4. But anyway, through the middle sector I managed to hold my own, but again coming towards the Anting Stadium section, Kvyat is side by side with me as Lewis Hamilton makes it 3 race wins in a row. So he is on absolute fire at the moment. He's looking in a very monstrous form, as if he's going to absolutely run away with his championship. That's maximum points for him now. So he's really stamping authority on this championship. But now the back straight. There goes Raikkonen. And there goes Danny Kvyat as well. I want to try and make sure I can secure this P8. Sainz later on the brake zone. Sainz goes a little bit wide. We're now side by side with the Toro Rosso. As we go towards the final corner, Sainz gets a slightly better exit. And in the end, we are going to have to settle for P8, or maybe not. Are we going to be able to get him on the line? No, we're not quite. So it's P8 in the Chinese Grand Prix. It could have been much, much worse than that, and I'll take another 4 points. I'm very happy with that. And I forgot to screen record the results, so here's just a screenshot. I know, I'm sorry. But in the end, the DNF was Nico Rosberg. The Mercedes driver was the man who retired the race on lap number 2, and that does not help his championship hopes at all. In the end, Fernando Alonso got on the podium after starting P15. Sebastian Vettel finished second. So here's a quick screenshot of the championship standings. That was a mental race. You can see Rosberg now 39 points behind Lewis Hamilton, who is really stamping authority on this championship with 3 wins in the opening 3 races. And that's how the top half looks in the constructor standings. We are 6 points, with again my teammate Sergio Perez failing to score today. And yeah, that concludes episode 3 of F1 2016 Mobile Career Mode. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like, share and subscribe. Let's get to 250 subscribers. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and join my Discord. Both links in the description below. And I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.